Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hero Homestead. It's me, Zach, and oh, that's driving me nuts. But anywho, what's going on? Happy Father's Day, everybody. It's a interesting weather day here, if you can't tell. I'm wearing my Father's Day hat because, well, I'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, if you can't already guess, it's raining a little bit out there. Out of nowhere, came up a big old storm. So we were scrambling, and I didn't feel like having to deal with wet, soaking everything, so I wore my umbrella hat. It's pretty cool. But yeah, happy Father's Day to any and all fathers that are out there, whether you can be at home or you're working or whatever it is. But to all the really good dads out there that put in the work and make their kids feel loved, happy, healthy, and safe all the time, that's our motto here at the Homestead, and we try to help everyone get to that point as well. So thank you so much, and I hope you keep being awesome dads. So the reason this is my Father's Day hat is I remember when I was a real little kid, my grandfather, I seen one of these once. He thought it was funny, and then a little bit later, my dad, when he would go out to grill, it'd come up a storm. We live in Ohio, so we can't judge the weather. All of a sudden, I'd go outside, and he'd be wearing one of these, standing at the grill. So yeah, I've always thought they were cool since I was a little kid, and ordered a bunch off of good old Amazon. And hi, Natalie.
Hello.
She came to see the rabbits and the chickens, I guess. We're out in the shop. Here's some of our bunnies. We're still working on their bunny mansion. And then it will be. And more meat chickens and all that. I've got a video coming for this monstrosity of a lawnmower. This property eats lawnmowers, man. I've been fighting this one, but I finally got it working, and I'm excited. So you'll get to see all that crazy adventure. But anywho, thought these were... What? Okay. Thought these were really cool since I was a little kid, so I got myself some. And anytime the kids or my friends or anybody sees me wearing them, I always get good laughs out of it. But at the same time, it makes me feel the same way I felt when I would see my dad wearing them. So, umbrella hat for the rain. So that's what that is. But back to the on point. Today is Father's Day, and there's a lot of different ways to be a father to people, other than just
Give them food.
yes, give them food, because apparently that's a thing. Anywho. A lot of different ways to be a dad and be a father, and you know, it's more than just, I had a kid and it's my job to raise them. It's the time you spend with them, the way you treat them, of course, all those things go into it. But it's not just that. Some people feel like they're not cut out to have kids at all, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses, and you know what would be best suited for your life. But I know a lot of friends and people I've met throughout my life where they're your youth leader at church, or they're the coach of your baseball team. And even though being a full-time dad or dealing with kids of certain ages may not be good because they don't have the mental strength to get it done or the patience to get it done, they are great with the groups that they do mentor, and they do it their whole lives. And some of the best people I've encountered that have imparted wisdom to me in my life and taught me a lot of different things outside of my own father are those people, my baseball coaches, my youth leaders, you know, my extended fathers, I call them, like my uncles, things like that, where they can teach you things and teach you life lessons when it's really no job of theirs to really do, but they do it because they see the need and they feel it. And that is what being a father is really about. It's, you have people, like when it's your kids, they're blank slate. They come out and you take them home, and now it's yours to deal with. Thunder. So it's yours the kid is yours to deal with and raise and nurture and grow, and whatever they become in life, it's on you. So what are you going to put into that? Because if you fill it with nothing or disappointment or emptiness or abandonment or just complete non-caring, like it'll figure it out on its own, obviously it's going to fail or turn into something not good, and nobody wants that. And that's why you give it your all. So the other people, or the guys that put in the extra effort for even not their kids like that. So like right now I'm coaching a baseball team, and I did it because Blake asked me to. His team didn't have a coach this year, and they were worried they weren't going to get to play. And we finally do get to play after all the crazy, stupid Corona stuff got dealt with. And so I'm the coach, and at first I was thinking like, man, this is going to be a hassle. I don't know these kids. I don't know anything about it. And I just went into it, and it's one of the funnest things I've got to do in a really, really long time. They're all really good kids, and they're excited to be there, and we're learning so much. Like, there's stuff that I'm noticing, and I've noticed it before with society, of how kids are raised, and little things get missed here and there. And of course, no parent's going to be perfect all the time. No parent is going to be able to hit every single mark every single day, no matter how hard they try, especially when they have multiple kids. So little things get slipped through the cracks. And I'm not talking like important stuff like you always make sure they're up, you make sure they're fed, you make sure that they got their clothes and they go to school and they're smart and they're loved. But, you know, the other in-between stuff. Sometimes you don't have the patience on a certain moment and you brush them off, say, come talk to me later. Stuff like that is what I'm talking about. But these kids on the baseball team has given me an opportunity to impart some of that stuff and fill in those gaps and be the person that I've looked up to in my life. Like the youth leader or the baseball coach or the whatever, the history teacher that goes the extra mile and instead of just talking about history, he talks about life with everybody. Had a few of those too, and they were pretty cool. Shout out to Mr. Shepard. You were awesome, guy. Really awesome. I got lucky to have you twice instead of just once as a senior. Not that I failed, but he got stuck teaching a 10th grade class one year and got to double dip, so it was cool. Taught me a lot. Anywho, but yeah, we can all be a father to somebody. Whether it's just a little bit here and there or in daily interactions between people, whatever that may be, but you see a need, you fill it. And it makes me think a lot about that sort of thing on Father's Day, because in my life, I've been around, I've run around, I've done different things and had different careers and dated different people, and I've been with people that have had kids before, and we've celebrated Father's Day, but it was just, I always kept it quiet because, you know, those sort of things. And this year, you know, me and Sylvia's full bore going into it. We're getting married soon, which is exciting, and we're raising the 4 kids together. I'm helping out, trying to fill in where it needs to be filled in, and today was Father's Day, and it was really special. I got the cards and a couple of gifts, and it was very thoughtful, and you could just tell that it was appreciated that I was here. And the things that I do, even though sometimes it's rough because there's things they're getting taught that they didn't know before, or there's things I needed to learn that I didn't know before. And over the last couple of months, we've really kind of found a groove and gotten to know each other really well, and it feels like a family. So thank you all to you guys for inviting me in and letting me be part of this and being so welcoming. It's really special, and I love you all very much. So yeah, with that being said, if you get so much in life, whether it's simple things or big things, you should share as much as you can. And being a father to anybody, when the need arises, you know, realistically, you do that. So if you can help people out, help them out. If you can teach somebody something respectfully, teach it to them. That way they can go forward with that knowledge. And now there's 2. And then they'll teach, and then there's 3. And so forth and so on. And before you know it, maybe the world won't have so many problems in it like we do right now. I've said a lot of times there's the issues that we're seeing in the world right now is from broken homes or absent parents or kids being allowed to just free range and do whatever they want and not getting taught that there is a right and there is a wrong and you have to choose the right one. Otherwise, everything falls apart. And look at society now. One of my favorite memes I see is, you all said we had to stop spanking our kids back in the late 80s, and it kind of took hold, and now that's the generation we have being adults and running things, and they have no idea what the word no means, and they throw temper tantrums, only except instead of screaming and throwing a fit and flailing their arms and legs on mom and dad's carpet, they're burning down cities. And they're attacking people for no reason, and they're saying you're being hateful when all you're trying to do is implore reason in a conversational manner. America needs a father big time. You know, I do support President Trump. I'm not saying he's the end-all be-all to everything, but he's been doing a pretty good job in different ways. And I think that's what's causing a lot of it. And I don't mean that negatively. It reminds me a lot of a kid that doesn't want to listen to their mom, and they've been let go for a while, and they've been let go, and the mom's been struggling, dealing with it, trying to keep it together. And then finally daddy comes home from deployment somewhere in the military, and he lays the law down because he sees his house isn't in order. And then it gets real bad because the kid went from having no discipline to a real life standard, and they don't like it. Well, guess what? Daddy don't like it either, and he ain't gonna stand for it, because Big Daddy won't have his name on somebody out there doing things, committing atrocities, treating people poorly, because that reflects on the family. That's not something we can allow. Wow, I just went kind of grandstanding there in all of America just for Father's Day. Sorry, I didn't mean to get political, but I guess it's the times we're in. It's kind of all around us. But yeah, I mean, you got to think. Where there's an opportunity to fill a need, everybody should fill it. That's what we do. So it is Father's Day, so I'm going to get back to having fun with the family. Try to stay dry from all the rain. I mean, my hat does pretty good. Unlike this one who likes to just stand in the raindrops. She's hilarious. But wish you all very well. Shout out to my own dad. I was raised by my stepfather. He showed up, came around, I can remember as back as when I was about 4 years old, and he was rough and tough, and a lot of people in the family were kind of hesitant with all that because he was a construction worker and hung out with the bikers, but he was a no-nonsense guy, still is. And my family babied me a lot. As I've said before, I've always been really sick and really frail, and he wasn't having it. He's like, nope, you got to toughen him up because you got to make him strong enough to handle everything he can in life, even with whatever he's going to deal with, because it's never going to go away. And he was right.
Did you tell them your surprise this morning?
Not yet. So, yeah, my dad was there, and he raised me right, and sorry, my battery's getting low. But he raised me right, and he took care of me, and he taught me all the hard truths of life, and he made sure I was tough. Never taking it easy on me when he knew I could get the job done. And it may have frustrated my mom sometimes or other members of the family, but my whole life, a lot of people have said Zach's the only one who really understands his dad, and vice versa sometimes. And it's true, because I get it. I know where he's coming from, and though for some reason everyone thought I should get an easy pass for either being sick or whatever, and he thought, you know what, no, I want him to have a real life, and for that I'm thankful. So thank you, Dad. You did an amazing job raising me, being there with Mom, making sure I had a real family, taking care of me and my sister, helping out wherever you can, doing what you want, doing what you need to do to get it done. I know a lot of people don't always understand or think it may have been too rough here and there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I never got beat, but kids being bad, they're getting spanked if they're really that bad. And thankfully, I only had that lesson once because I was smart and I learned not to be an idiot. And I'm very thankful that the kids I got now are not idiots. They're all really, really awesome kids. So I don't really got to deal with any of the bad stuff, thank God. But they are borderline teenager life and puberty, so we'll see if that changes in the near future. Anywho, Dad, thank you so much. You've done awesome. Happy Father's Day to you, to all the dads out there that are getting the job done, whether it's their own kids, their stepkids, their kids in the community, whatever it may be. You're putting in the effort and you're making life good for everybody else. That way they can grow up and do the same thing you did. So happy Father's Day, God bless, and keep doing it, because that's what heroes do.